Hey you guys, welcome back. I just filmed a video on my relationship with my uncle that I always talk about. Anyways, this video I am going to talk about bullying. And I'm gonna give you guys some tips and tricks on how I dealt with bullying and how I got through it. And some personal stuff that I have been dealing with for quite a long time that I hid from a lot of people. Anyways, I think I touched base on a little bit of this in my anxiety and depression video because bullying was a little bit of a cause of that as well. But how I got through my bullying. I was bullied by my friends. I was bullied by my classmates. I was even bullied by my cousin's class. My cousin actually accidentally called me by a nickname that my uncle actually gave me when I was really young. And I guess I wasn't really paying attention to my cousin, so he called me that nickname in front of all of his friends to get my attention. And, you know, I didn't think anything of it, but then his friends started calling me at school. And it bothered me because it was just like, you know, that's what my uncle calls me. And, like, I don't mind my cousin calling me it. But his friends, it was just like, no. Enough is enough. Like, it has to stop. So, of course, I had to talk to my cousin about it. And I confronted him about it, and of course he was very understanding. He didn't get mad at me. He tried to get his friends to stop calling me it, but it didn't help. So I just kind of ignored it, and you know what, ignoring it's not good, but they didn't call me it in front of him anymore. They just called me it when he wasn't around or he was at hockey. And my cousin actually played for the WHL in grade 10. He left our school, so he went to Alberta and played hockey. But I'm not going to say his name just because of my relationship with him. I'm trying to rebuild it up. So I want to kind of stay on the good side of them right now. So also, when I was bullied by my class, I ended up becoming really good friends with one of the guys that bullied me in grade 7. So he's still a pretty good friend, but we don't really talk much. And I'm sorry I'm wearing my glasses, you guys. My eyes have just been really sore lately. Anyways, on to this more of the story. How my family helped me. So, my mom at the beginning was really easy to talk to and tell that I'm being bullied and just talk to her how I'm feeling about it, and her trying to help me and call the guy that I'm really good friends with now. My parents knew his parents, so of course they tried to call and talk to them and tell them to tell this person to if he could stop bullying me or like get it to stop. And it wasn't like it was bad continuing when he was at school. When he wasn't at school, it was the worst because I knew when he bullied me it was just a joke, and of course I was the quiet one, so everyone would pick on me. And I know there are some people on YouTube that have went through it as well. But anyways, my family tried the best. I did become suicidal in grade 7 at 13. So this is where I'm going to get into more of it with my brother and how he kind of saved my life. So one day I couldn't take bullying anymore. It got so bad in grade 7 that I was literally crying at school every day, and I was practically in the office talking with my principal because I just didn't want to be there anymore. So, how my brother saved my life. I can't remember if it was the day we had an early dismissal, but like I said, my brother is 4.5 years older than me. So he was in grade 11 at the time when I was in grade 7. And he came home, I think it was like a 15-minute gap between me getting home and then him coming home because, of course, I came home on the bus and he had his license. And, like, don't get me wrong, you guys, and please hold back on your negative comments when I'm talking about this because this is my personal life and I am putting it out there for the world to see. And it's kind of hard for me to talk about it because my family hasn't known since until I was 22. So, of course, I put it out there in my anxiety and depression video, but this is more touching base on my first suicidal attempt. So, of course, to get back to the video, I got home from school about 15 minutes before my brother, and I knew my dad had some hunting guns in the house. I knew he had pistols under my dad's and my mom's bed in their bedroom. I knew that. I also knew he had I think he had one 22 shotgun and a 33 shotgun, I believe, or else there was two 22s. I grabbed one of them. I believe I grabbed the 22, and I sat in our family room because our kitchen and our family room were joined. So no matter if you walked in from the garage door or the back door, you still could see where I was. So, of course, I was 13 years old. I wasn't really sure what suicide was. I wasn't really sure what kind of thoughts were actually going through my head. So I do thank my brother for what he did, and I'm going to get into that. But what I'm trying to say is no matter how hard life is, don't let it control you. And I was told up to the time I tried to commit suicide at this time to actually go and kill myself from even my best friends at the time. So, like, of course, I haven't talked to them for like years, and I don't plan on it because I'm still hurt by them. Anyways, so further on into it, I sat at the bottom of the couch on the floor in the family room with the gun, and I didn't know how to turn off the safety, so of course that's why I'm still here. And, you know, I'm not proud of my choices that I made at such a young age, but you have to understand, like, there's a lot of things going on when you're younger, and, like, your friends bullying you, it's not easy to go through that. And the fact that you knew these girls from the time you were young, and you were hoping that you would have them, like, forever. But, anyways, like, instead of getting off topic, like, my brother came home, of course, and found me with it. He did slap me across the face, and that was the very first time that it actually woke me up. Like, I'm not saying my brother's never slapped me across the face until then. Like, of course, if I got annoying or didn't leave him alone or I pestered him to play a board game with me, of course, he'd slap me or something. Or if we wrestled, or I always wrestled with my brother. It was actually quite fun. It was like mine and my brother's way of just beating up each other. And of course we didn't mean to beat each other up, but the thing is, like, my brother did slap me across the face that day, and it was hard. Like, it was harder than he usually did slap me across the face. Like, you know, some brothers will just slightly slap you across the face jokingly, and like that's how my brother was. But when he saw me doing what he realized I was doing, it hurt him. I promised myself I wouldn't tear up, so we're just gonna try and get through this without me tearing up and crying. My brother told me never to do it again. I screamed in his face, ran to my parents' bedroom and screamed for them. And of course, like, it woke me up, so I realized what I was doing wasn't right. But when you're told at a young age by friends that you should go kill yourself, it's quite demanding, and it's like, okay, no one will miss you. Like, you start thinking no one will miss you, you're not worth living, no one likes you, what did I do wrong? Like, you have all these questions going through your head. And I know the YouTubers Nikki and Gabby, they did a video which I watched last night, and I've been subscribed to them for as long as I can remember. So I think I've been subscribed to them ever since they started their YouTube channel. And you know, if you guys want to go watch their video, by all means, go watch it. It's actually very good. It actually reminded me to do this video. And anyway, so yeah, that's how my brother saved my life. And my tricks and tips that I still use today on like my depression and anxiety and, you know, my bullying and like everything still bothers me till this day. And my tricks and tips are just, if you're being bullied and if you're not sure what to do, write in a journal. That's what I use daily, and sometimes I don't. Just because with my work schedule and everything, waking up at 6:30 or 4:30 in the morning to work at 6:30 in the morning, it's kind of hard to sit down at my desk in the morning and just write down how I felt from waking up. And then of course I go back at the end of the day and write on the exact same page on my whole day of how I felt or how I've been feeling. And so of course I went on antidepressants 3 weeks ago, and they have helped me dramatically with my depression and anxiety, which I'll do that in a separate video, you guys, if you want to know like what depressants I'm taking, how they're helping me, why I'm taking them, what the dosage is, and so on and so forth, and give you guys some background and information on that. So if that's what you would like also, please comment down below. But my sport also helped me, so like that's also another trick or tip, I guess you could say. If you guys are in sports and you guys have friends that are doing the exact same sport, they usually can help you. And like, it's not like you have to talk to them about it, because I don't even remember if I talked to my skating friends about it. I think I just forgot. When I got to figure skating, I forgot because I was around those friends instead of the friends I thought I had at school, which made it even harder at school because you had new friends from figure skating that were in a totally different city, whereas I was in a town, and it made it a little bit hard because of course I didn't see those people at school all the time. I only saw them when I went to this specific city to skate, because that's where my coaches were. So it was Prince Albert, and I figure skated with the Prince Albert Skating Club from grade 4 to the end of grade 10. And it helped me get through school, of course, except for grade 11. I ended up switching clubs because my coaches ended up moving to Alberta. And so I ended up skating with the Saskatoon Skating Club for 1 year, and then I quit. So I went through my last year of high school, not doing sports, but still working out and, you know, going out with my guy friends, I guess. And being totally honest, I make better friends with guys than I do with girls sometimes. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the female friends that I do make. It's just, there's a lot of drama with women, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just sometimes I can't handle drama. Like, I'll help people with